dazed, confused, and unable to even get up the stairs. This is Ella, a 3-year-old boxer cross from North Vancouver. Last month, she went for a walk on a local trail. When she got home, she could barely stand up. It was a shocking moment for her owner, Paul.
We came home at noon. She went to sleep as usual, take a nap. When I called her for food, her being a pit bull usually just jumps up and is willing to run at her food. She couldn't even make it up the stairs.
That's when Paul rushed Ella to the vets, but the diagnosis they gave wasn't exactly what he was expecting.
We thought she was losing spinal control. Her legs weren't moving. And when she did a full checkup, she didn't know what was going on. She checked her eyes and said, "I've seen this before." And her eyes are dilated. And she's stoned. Your teenage dog your little girl is stoned.
Ella had in fact eaten the end of a discarded joint while on her walk. The high levels of THC she ingested reacted badly, leaving her in a confused and distressed state for 3 days.
You would think it'd be a pleasurable experience, being high for 3 days. It wasn't. Everything was a nightmare for her. She couldn't make sense of her world. Everything seemed heightened where it shouldn't be heightened. Little sounds from my laptop, it would set her off. And you could tell she was scared. She didn't know what was going on.
This year, Canada is due to legalize recreational marijuana, but there have been concerns from some in the veterinary community that easier access to pot could result in more pet overdoses. Currently, the College of Veterinarians does not recommend giving pets medicinal marijuana, let alone products that contain THC, the active ingredient that gives you a high. But that's not what some dispensaries are saying.
You can give pets THC, but in a much lower dose. Just like, when you're finishing your hamburger, you give your dog a little bit of hamburger. And they consume the same things as we do, basically. There's no real difference other than the fact that you want to give much smaller dosages.
In Colorado, a recent study found that the number of dogs suffering from marijuana toxicity quadrupled following legalization of pot there in 2014. It's a growing issue that the SPCA are already seeing here in Vancouver. They're advising pet owners to hold back on the pot treats until more research is done.
Well, unfortunately, we see quite a number of these cases each year, whether it's by accidental ingestion of these drugs or sometimes, unfortunately, intentional. I think that the rule of thumb here is to err on the side of caution. And absolutely, I don't think that at this stage, people should be self-medicating their pets with marijuana.
Thankfully, Ella has made a full recovery. Paul says he doesn't have anything against people using marijuana itself. He just wished they'd be a little more careful when using public trails.
I just wish they were more careful with it. It's like leaving bottles of beer at a children's playground. You just wouldn't do that. I wish people would be more careful with their Ziploc bags or whatever. But they have to remember it's a mixed-use trail. Yeah, they got to be. I wish they would be a bit more careful.
Walsh, City News, Vancouver.